Gosh, I'm sure looking for a new comedy science fiction book to read, but I don't know where to turn. Everything's so expensive. If only there was a low-cost science fiction book that I could buy right now online. Well, I probably won't find it here in the kitchen. Anyway, my dinner's probably ready in the microwave. Let me get it out of the microwave. Why, look! It's Kangblabla, the answer to all my dreams! Look at this! The perfect comedy science fiction book! And there it is, Kangblabla, the answer to all your dreams. Hi, I'm Andrew Gates, the author of Kangblabla, and many of the other books you'll see on this YouTube channel, The Color of Water and Sky. I created that video about a month ago. I shot it in my own kitchen, actually. I thought it was pretty funny, but I didn't know what the purpose for it would be, so I kind of held on to it. I didn't put it up, but when I decided to make this commentary video, I thought that'd be a good place for it, that little bit about the low-price comedy that you can buy online. And there it is, Kangblabla. So Kangblabla, it's a science fiction anthology, and it's a comedy anthology. So you have 5 science fiction comedy stories. They're short stories. The book itself isn't all that long, but that's what keeps the price low. And they're very fun, kind of fast-paced, silly stories for everybody. And the purpose of this video is a slideshow kind of going over the different characters featured in the Kangblabla book. The first character that we'll see here is the princess. So this is Princess Myra. Princess Myra is a space alien, and she is predominantly featured in one of the stories called Valentine's Day 1979. That's one of the stories featured in the book. And you can see there, she's princess, she has pink skin, and she has a pet grizzly bear. So that's a lot of fun. She's a fun character, and like I said, she's predominantly in that one story. Well, she's exclusively in that one story, I should say. We're moving on to our next character here. Now, this character might be pretty familiar. We have the main character of the story again, Valentine's Day 1979. He's a lonely single man from the 70s who gets caught in an exciting space adventure and saves a beautiful princess. That's Ryan Gifford. Obviously, the similarities there are pretty obvious, so I thought I'd play with that and kind of make a joke out of it and show that it's a very similar character to Luke Skywalker, obviously. And I love the mustache. I thought that was so funny that the artist managed to put that together. Our next character here is Queen Kevin. Queen Kevin, it's kind of funny. The name is Kevin, and it's a female character. I thought that was silly. And there's a running joke in the book in the story Valentine's Day 1979 that this character is wearing a crown on her head, but she has no limbs. She has no arms or legs, so it's always a mystery on how she gets it on her head. I thought that was pretty funny. And then, as you can see there, questions this book will not answer. That never really is addressed. I always think it's funny to have a bit like that that's never quite resolved and kind of leave it hanging. Here we have Emperor Totalis. Again, you might recognize him. A villain so evil, he will assemble hundreds of soldiers just to stand at attention for no reason as he exits his shuttle. I thought that scene in Star Wars Return of the Jedi, where Emperor Palpatine comes out of the shuttle and he has all these stormtroopers at attention. I thought to myself, how terrible would this be from the stormtroopers' perspective to stand there, and who knows how long they were standing there. Probably took a while to get in position, get in line, get in order and all that, and then wait for him to land. They watch the shuttle land, they wait for him to get out, and that's their whole job, is to just sit there at attention and wait. I thought, what would that be like to be the stormtrooper who has to do that? So there's a story called Totalis that's in the collection, and that is actually the premise of one of the parts of that story. Is we're looking at it from, we don't call him a stormtrooper in the story, but basically stormtrooper's perspective on what it'd be like to stand at attention and watch the Emperor come out, and all you have to do there is sit and wait. And it might take you a long time to get in position, but you're still just sitting there and waiting. So I thought that was a funny premise. But yeah, the story Totalis, it's all about the normal everyday man who's working in the Death Star. So you'll have the pilots, you'll have the person who's a bartender. You know there must be a bar in a place like the Death Star. Obviously, we talked about the stormtrooper that stands at attention. So it's the characters kind of in the background who you know are there, and you always kind of wondered like what's really going on with them. I thought that would be a really funny premise. In fact, there was part of that story Totalis I was writing. I was waiting in a doctor's lobby, waiting for an appointment, and I was writing it while I was there. I had my laptop with me just trying to get some work done while I was waiting, and I was laughing so hard writing some of this that I was just laughing out loud in the middle of the doctor's office. So I hope that you guys enjoyed as much as I did. It takes all the little silly bits of Star Wars that you don't think about and kind of brings it to the forefront and say, what about this guy's perspective in all this? What about this guy's perspective in all this? And our last character here, it says on here, meet Tarzan. You know, that is actually a mistake. This character's named Tarzan. Tarzan, just like the story Tarzan. But it's funny. When I sent this off to the person who did the graphic art, and the person who put all this together, I'd sent it as Tarzan, and I don't know if she misread it or if she miswrote it or what happened. But the person who did the graphic art and the person who created this sort of marketing piece, everybody missed it, and we all, and even I, because I vetted it too. Everybody overlooked the fact that it said Tazran instead of Tarzan, and it wasn't until later I realized it was spelled wrong. The character's name was spelled Tazran, even though in the book he's Tarzan. And I actually thought that was funny. I thought, we have a spelling error on our marketing piece. This is really funny. And this had already been out. I put this out on Facebook and Twitter, and it made the rounds after I'd looked at it, and after the person who done the marketing had looked at it, and after the graphic artist had obviously worked on it. So we had 3 eyes on it, and it came out and was pushed out on social media before anyone noticed that the character's name was spelled wrong. But I thought that was so funny. I thought, here's a comedy story. You know, it's a comedy book. It's not meant to be taken seriously. I thought, how funny is that there's literally an error right there? I thought that was silly, and I thought we should kind of run with that. So I embraced it, and I've been promoting it as Tazran, and then you read the book and it's Tarzan. Part of the humor. This character is kind of funny because he has a really long name. And so I put a quote here from one of the stories. And the quote is, "Hello, I am Tarzakalaxaran from planet Jalarandingo Pen, Polarithenapur." I'm reading this just as much as you are. Trust me, I don't know the pronunciation either. But if that's too long, you can call me Tarzan from planet Jalapeno Popper. So I thought that was pretty funny too. And yeah, those are the characters. That's a good list of the characters featured in the collection Kangblabla. If you like it, you can find the collection online at Amazon.com. It is in paperback and in Kindle. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. This is Andrew Gates, the author of Kangblabla, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!